first begin with RPN Singh, who was seen at the side of Rahul Gandhi in all road shows, pretty much, especially in Varanasi. And RPN Singh, we've had conversations earlier. We were on a debate earlier. The question now is the Congress party suffering a crisis of legitimacy? And is the leadership, in particular, suffering a crisis of credibility?
Well, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Rudy first on the great success that they have had in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Coming back to your question, Rahul, I'd just like to say the 5 states that went to the polls, we have done very badly in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. But if you ask us if the legitimacy is the issue, we have won Punjab convincingly. We are leading in Goa. We are leading in Manipur. So we continue to be the prime opposition party. Yes, we really need to introspect as far as Uttar Pradesh is concerned, because it is the largest state, and it is because of Uttar Pradesh that the BJP got the full majority in the 2014 election. And yes, even when we see the MLA election today, they have repeated their performance. In fact, they have been at the same level what happened in Uttar Pradesh in 2014. So definitely, this is a state where the Congress really needs to introspect, look forward, and how is it that Uttar Pradesh?
But there is no crisis of
Congress really needs.
There is no existential crisis. You're hanging in there. That's the response from the Congress to you, Rajiv, Pratap, Rudy. Your mission has been to ensure a Congress Mukt Bharat. You're nowhere close to it, says the Congress party.
Well, I will not contest that as of now, but the Congress party itself knows where it is heading to. And the defeat which they have witnessed even after forging an alliance with Akhilesh in Uttar Pradesh has a lot to tell. But for us, it has been because after 2.5 decades that we have got a full majority in Uttar Pradesh. And there are the state of Uttar Pradesh will walk along the central government now with the full majority, is something which was for many in Delhi prior to the elections unacceptable and unexpected too. But now that it has been done, it's a major milestone. And Uttar Pradesh, if you see alone itself, Uttar Pradesh, if it had been a country, it would have been the 7th largest country in the world. So that is the potential. It is almost 1/6 of the Indian population. And it's a heartland. So what happens in Uttar Pradesh does impact the country. And one thing which is very important, which has emerged, which possibly my Congress friends would like to contest anyway, is that we do not have a government in UP as of now. The government which was there was a central government headed by the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. And this is an endorsement of the functioning of the union government. That is what I have to say, because the way the Prime Minister has run this nation, the way his vision, his connect to the people, all aspects have been conclusively reflected in the mandate which was given to us in Uttar Pradesh. So it's a mandate for Uttar Pradesh undoubtedly, but it reflects and it's a re-endorsement of the mandate which...
And Mr. RPN
of the mandate which we got in 2014. So we'll take it.
And Mr. RPN Singh... Mr. RPN Singh, let me get in Mr. RPN Singh. Mr. RPN Singh, you've been seeing the Congress's own performance in Uttar Pradesh. You know that any party that wins Uttar Pradesh actually wins New Delhi. That's been the thumb rule in any elections, in the Lok Sabha elections. And look at your performance. 2 seats in the Lok Sabha elections in 2014, down to 7 seats, single digits in the assembly. You're even smaller in the Uttar Pradesh assembly than the Apna Dal today. And look at the way you've been falling. From 1991, 46 seats, it's been down to 33, 25, 22 in subsequent elections. Is this an opportunity for the Congress party to introspect whether you need...
Navika, if you want to go into history,
I haven't even completed my question. I haven't even.
In 2007,
I haven't completed my question.
I've understood what you're saying. You're given the numbers.
No, I'm asking you.
Okay,
I'm asking you. You are up against Narendra Modi as the campaigner and Amit Shah as his able backroom boy. Do you have a combination of that kind in the Congress party to actually take on the might of the BJP in the coming elections?
And you know, to add to that, you're all privileged guys, from Rahul Gandhi down to anyone in UP Congress have fire in the belly to win anything. All of you are people of a certain class.
Answer that question,
That's a very, that's a serious question.
Fact and subjection.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of you are, privileged.
Can I answer the question? There's so many questions coming at me, Navika. Give me 2 minutes to answer the question. Definitely, if you see in the last 27 years, the Congress has consistently performed quite badly at the state elections. We saw that in 2007. We saw that in 2007 when we lost badly in the assembly elections. But in 2009, we went on to win 22 seats in the Lok Sabha elections. So there have been different parameters as far as state elections and general elections are concerned. But yes, I definitely feel that we really need to work harder in Uttar Pradesh. We need to come up with a clearer strategy, and we have to relook at the strategy that we've been following in Uttar Pradesh.
No, but you had
is
one.
The brand,
You first went in alone, and now, of course, you've decided once again to go in for a
anywhere in a
coalition.
position to take on the brand Namo? That's the question the Congress has to look at in the eye.
Yeah, we didn't coordinate well there. Sorry. Yeah,
I'm saying that is the brand Rahul Gandhi in any position to take on brand Namo? That's a serious question. You need to look in the eye for the Congress party, don't you?
Yes, Navika. How is it we're not talking about Punjab, Manipur, Goa? Why is it that only we're talking Uttar Pradesh?
Because Uttar Pradesh has a sixth of the country's population.
Let me answer the question.
80 seats to the Lok Sabha.
When BJP lost Bihar, which is as big a country, nearly as big as the country as Uttar Pradesh.
Mahagathbandhan got all the kudos.
Yes, so we lost Uttar Pradesh, and I'm saying we really need to work hard. But we lost, the BJP lost Bihar. That did not mean that they were wiped out for the 2019 elections. They were wiped out. Bihar is a very big state.
You've not answered my question.
They were wiped out and decimated.
You haven't answered my question on is brand Rahul Gandhi as strong to take on Narendra Modi or not?
Well, why?
And don't embarrass him so much now.
What the BJP keeps saying, that as Mr. Rudy himself said, that the governance of the government of India is because Uttar Pradesh we have won. So is the government of Uttar Pradesh, government of India not doing well that they lost Goa, Manipur, Punjab? Let's talk about the whole country.
That's a fair point.
Governance. Yes, I have congratulated them on what they've done.
Though you can't compare the weightages of states, especially, that's a fair point. Let me ask Mr. Rudy. Mr. Rudy, I began by asking you this question. What is the small distinction, sir?
The small difference is that we already had a government in Punjab. We were sharing a government there. We had a government in Goa. So there is a difference between Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. So this is what I wanted to say is that, of course, there could be incumbency. Even despite having a good performance at the center, the states could not come up to that level. So there is a point there. We cannot club both of them.
That might be so, but Mr. Rudy,
yes,
the main fact is, and I'm sorry to bring this up because your party made this a mission.
We never had a government.
You said that, no, the Prime Minister said that you welcome actually having Rahul Gandhi in the opposition because it makes you look better. Now, in 3 states, you've come up against the Congress party. If anything, this was a straight face-off between the Congress party and the Bharatiya Janata Party. In at least 3 states, you've come up short. And that's the fundamental point.
You can carry on with this discussion, but the fact remains, and everyone does understand, those who understand politics in this country, do understand the ramification and the impact and the purport which gets generated out of the victory in Uttar Pradesh. So the Congress party can be in a denial mode. My party can be in a denial mode.
It might be, but the Congress has been losing force in Uttar Pradesh for many years, and they have still formed governments at the center.
Any political analyst, if it looks at what is happening to the Congress party, it's in a sad situation, in a sad state of affairs. But it's for them to decide. Of course, their victory And I would say there is a silver lining there, that there was a third party, and at least between the so-called Congress party as a national party is there in Punjab, and then the decimation of a so-called third party there is something which is welcome. And we would certainly want national parties to be at the helm of affairs, even if in the state, because regionalism, individualism...
No, he might be being gracious, and that is obviously his wont, because he has won a fantastic mandate in Uttar Pradesh, and he can afford to be gracious. But RPN Singh, the points he is making, at least a couple of those points, need you to come back with some sort of a response, because it seems that Prashant Kishore doesn't have the magic wand, or perhaps Rahul Gandhi doesn't have what it takes, what Nitish takes, for example.
Well, I don't know why state elections, when we spoke about Bihar, we didn't say it was a defeat of Mr. Modi. When we lose Uttar Pradesh, it's a defeat of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Rahul, I know this is why...
Okay, so you want me to tell you, Mr. RPN Singh, allow me...
straight away,
Mr. RPN Singh, simple facts. Let me put...
And we need to completely overhaul it.
Okay, let me put two very hard facts before you. Let me put two very hard facts before you. In Amethi, why this is about Rahul Gandhi and why this is about the Gandhi surname, why this is about the Gandhi dynasty, is because in Amethi, 3 out of the 4 seats the BJP has won. Amethi is Rahul's constituency. 3 out of the 4 seats go to the BJP. And in Rai Bareli, which is Sonia Gandhi's constituency, you get only 2 out of the 6. 3 go to the BJP again, which is why I'm saying if the bastions of Amethi and Rai Bareli themselves are destroyed, then why are we wrong when we discuss brand Rahul Gandhi and brand Gandhi dynasty when we ask these questions?
But Rai Bareli had voted Sapa also.
They had in the past.
Well, Navika, I'll answer that question. Amethi and Rai Bareli are in Uttar Pradesh. Congress is losing in all states, and if you see the last assembly elections also, Navika, the Congress lost very badly. In fact, in Rai Bareli we didn't win 1 seat, but Mrs. Gandhi went on to win by over 2 lakh votes. Mr. Gandhi in his constituency in Amethi didn't perform that well even last time around, but he won the election comfortably. But what I want to say is...
But that proves the point, doesn't it, sir? So that proves the point, Mr. RPN Singh. Because if the brand is shrinking in its own bastion, then how do you expect that brand to carry the party across the length and breadth of this country? And the question we're getting at is because we had someone like Sandeep Dikshit who spoke in the same voice and tone as you, but made a larger point. He said perhaps we have to look now very seriously at who's leading us, and we need to move towards a more corporatized structure. Modern politics is now rejecting the alchemy of a family enterprise. You need to change the alchemy.
Leadership. Yeah, so is there any serious,
Well, Rahul, the whole BJP, BJP is only being run by 2 people, Rahul. It's the Uttar Pradesh victory is because of Narendra Modi and not because of any state leadership in...
but if they don't perform, they're out.
It's basically these 2 combinations which is both fighting...
They're answerable and accountable for their losses.
But they continue to perform the game.
By the way,
what was the accountability after Bihar, Rahul?
Let me tell you,
14 elections.
Had Narendra Modi failed in the project to capture the BJP, then become Prime Minister, he would have been devoured by his own party.
Yeah,
your
look
party
at the hit rate. The hit rate. I think we've got the hit rate here.
That is a big difference. Nothing happens.
Between Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi, and you can see there might have been a few blips on the horizon, but they are nowhere as large or as many as the blips that are now peppering Mr. Rahul Gandhi's track record.
And Gaurav Bhatia, let me get you into this debate, and before I go across to Rajiv, Pratap, Rudy, Gaurav Bhatia, Priyanka Gandhi in a first election rally in Rai Bareli said, Uttar Pradesh ko kisi bahari neta ki zarurat nahi hai. She called Narendra Modi a bahari neta. Who's more bahari in Uttar Pradesh? Is it Rahul Gandhi or Narendra Modi, the way the results have panned out?
Rhetorical questions.
Navika, I think that it is time now that at least the Congress and all other political parties reflect And it is also very clear that it is not time to just rethink about the strategy. It is time to rethink about leadership changes. And there is nobody that we can see who can match the ability and the stature of Mr. Narendra Modi at this point of time. And if we really have to give him a hard time in the 2019 elections, somebody full-time, not that after an election you take a vacation, you go abroad for 3 months and then you come back and re-engage during elections. That will not inspire confidence, and that is missing completely. Second, I would also like to say that if
full-time politician needed,
and I'm talking about Congress, then the happiest persons would be the BJP supporters, because they don't want that leadership in Congress should change. And I do understand.
Bhatia, when are you making the transition? When are you going to wear?
Matter of the Congress.
When are you wearing the lotus?
Between the leadership of Mr. Narendra Modi,
you've got a light saffron jacket. When is it going to turn as dark as the map of Uttar Pradesh? Exactly.
When is your jacket going to turn fully saffron?
I must clarify, this is the same jacket I was wearing in the morning. And it is a light pink. You know, mera wala pink.
Overnight
when is it turning saffron? When is it turning saffron?
So, Gaurav, I like you a lot. You're a friend. We chat, but this is what cynical secularism also is.
Let me enjoy my independence the way you enjoy yours.
Okay, let me ask Ghanshyam Tiwari. On a more serious note, let's bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari.
No, I think let's not make it personal, Sabha. Don't make personal remarks. I think it is completely unwarranted. I resigned from my party on issues of principles. Okay, I wasn't holding somebody else's hand before I left the Samajwadi Party.
This is not the
and
debate.
on principles, to resign, you require a lot of courage. We can have a separate debate. Don't even dare to make it personal. Otherwise, I'll give it back to you.
Okay, don't chase. Don't chase that.
Don't make it personal.
Let's just bring in.
This is my opinion, my independent opinion. On a day when BJP gets more than 320 seats, what am I supposed to say? That Congress is a very formidable opponent to the BJP?
It was only said in jest.
No, Rahul, I am very calm. But let me ask Sabha. Sabha is a dear colleague. On a day when BJP gets a resounding victory of 320 seats, am I here to say as an analyst
voice for Muzaffarnagar, you used to go on and on and on for years and years. Now you tell me, was that important? Do you stand by what you said there, or have you changed?
Nothing has changed.
Have you changed on that?
I still believe in the Constitution.
That's what you used to do.
Okay, one second. I want to bring in Dr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. I just want to bring him in, please.
Of India.
Okay, please. Okay, fine. We don't need you to give us a certificate. Okay, Mr. Tiwari, Mr. Bhatia. Okay, Mr. Bhatia, 1 second.
Congress is a very formidable opponent.
Can I ask my question now, or are we going to have just a diatribe? I'm going to have to lower your fader now. Give me 2 seconds, please. Come on. Okay, 1 second. Dr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, you entered into an alliance with the Congress party, hoping that the alliance would change your fortunes, would carry you through and get you back to Lucknow. You've lost your way somewhere. Did you lose it in the bylanes of Bareilly, Amethi? What happened?
Well, that is one analysis. My analysis is when you compare Narendra Modi versus rest, the score is still 2-1. Uttar Pradesh in this 5 elections is the only state where Narendra Modi ji as Prime Minister came in with full might for a face-off with the Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav. So in Narendra Modi versus Akhilesh Yadav, there was a Prime Minister who was a 3-time Chief Minister, huge brand.
But he didn't need the crutch
in 3 years
of an ally.
Versus the Chief Minister who was trying to present his work.
You needed one.
Narendra Modi ji has won. But when you look at the other 2 face-offs, it was Delhi and Bihar. Narendra Modi ji did not win. Please present any other face-off where the Prime Minister has taken on a Chief Minister candidate.
He's leading the
What difference does it make? What difference does it make? What difference does it make? How does it make any difference?
It makes a lot. It makes a lot of difference. It makes a lot of difference. Akhilesh Yadav ji is a young leader, and there is something right that he would have done there to invite
a direct unfortunately,
from the Prime Minister.
Unfortunately for you in Bihar, the Prime Minister lost that competition. He didn't lose it here. So it's obvious either Nitish Kumar has what it takes and Akhilesh doesn't.
Oh no, it was arithmetic.
And why should the Prime Minister not engage in
No, I don't
absolutely. Why should he? What's wrong with that? No, so then obviously something is wrong.
Ahead of him.
And in fact, Akhilesh
Let's
Yadav was advised by Nitish Kumar to actually go into some sort of a Gathbandhan.
Mr. Rajiv Pratap,
he said he wants the next government to do much more than what he has done.
It's still 2 versus 1. Is that just a consolation prize for the opposition, or do you think, it's just meant to use as an argument against the BJP, but in their heart of hearts they know that the battle lost in Uttar Pradesh is much larger? And where does this take you as far as the presidential elections is concerned? Do you think this is enough, or do you still need alliance partners? Do you still need to paper over some of your differences with Shiv Sena if you need to get your presidential elections through?
Well, what you said is correct, but I would not be the right person to compute the numbers which is required for the president's election. But I'm sure the president will be a choice of the BJP along with its partners, and that's going to be the first thing after this election. And of course, there would be a couple of other elections in the end of this year. But having said that, you see, this campaign was a very interesting campaign which we saw in last couple of months. And whenever or wherever on couple of studios and interaction which I had with the people, everything was more or less UP. It was focused on UP. Every conversation was focused on UP, and there was many who believed that it's going to be a situation where there was a statement always which came that let's see the result of UP, and that would be a point where the central government and making comments on the Prime Minister. But the facts on the ground was different, and this time Mr. Modi again emerged as a master campaigner. On the other hand, Amit Shah emerged as an organizer, and between the two we could stitch this great victory in Uttar Pradesh. There are many more issues, but we had taken Uttar Pradesh as a challenge, and I think it's a phenomenal victory. Punjab, we lost, of course. That, of course, the Congress deserves to be congratulated for that. Goa, it's still in a limbo. Manipur, of course. But let's accept it. Uttar Pradesh was very important for the country. This victory has come to the Bharatiya Janata Party. This victory has come to the Prime Minister, and we are all very happy about it. The people in Uttar Pradesh made all this difference, and they deserve to be congratulated. There was something beyond.
Okay, RPN Singh, every time the Congress was in trouble, it was always said, Priyanka lao, Congress bachao. Now that Priyanka has worked in Uttar Pradesh as a backroom strategist as well as gone across only for one rally in Uttar Pradesh. Somewhere, do you think you've also lost the charm, the mystery shrouding Priyanka in the elections of Uttar Pradesh?
No, well, Navika, she definitely didn't campaign in Uttar Pradesh. She did some work in the backroom.
Should she have more aggressively gone out?
Which Mr. Azad has. No, meaning, well, there's been a demand for her to be campaigning extensively, not only in Uttar Pradesh, in the other parts of India too. But Navika, that is something that we always said, that is something that she has to decide if she wants to take an active role in campaigning. And that is something that's where we have left it to a lot of workers of the Congress party.
But Mr. RPN Singh, that's the problem, because two of your supposedly two of your supposedly obviously telegenic faces but also popular faces seem to be reluctant. Priyanka seems to be reluctant to give in to demands of the cadre, and that's why the question keeps coming up. Amit Shah is a 24/7 politician. Rahul Gandhi seems to be reluctant when it comes to taking over the reins of the party. Priyanka Gandhi is reluctant to go into what is an obvious demand for her in one of India's most electorally significant states. How does that match up, and how does that square up with the aspirations of your party? Obviously, someone is not taking someone seriously enough.
Well, Rahul, Well, I would differ with you, Rahul, as far as you said that Rahul Gandhi ji is not a full-time politician. I think he has put his heart and soul in the campaign in the 5 states, and he has done many, many rallies, and he's been interacting and doing whatever is required of a Congress vice president. And in fact, he has worked tirelessly for the Congress party, and to say that he is not committed or he's not a committed politician, I think would be completely would be way off the mark. He has worked tirelessly. He has worked.
Rajiv, Pratap, Rudy, respond to that.
And you see the
Rajiv, Pratap, Rudy, respond to that. Do you think Rahul Gandhi is a committed politician? Your party has often raised the issue of him going off on holidays after every grueling schedule.
Well, the elections are over. I would not like to make any more remark on that. But having said that, there is a general observation about him which I would not like to repeat. It's obvious. It's there everywhere. So a little bit of seriousness in the overall system of politics of Mr. Gandhi would help him. But it would not be fair for me to make a comment like this. I would at least not like to embarrass my friend RPN here on this. But all political parties who want to work for the nation must regroup, must rejuvenate themselves. Look for the right. But before that, you remember in the elections when he was calling the Prime Minister the mouse and so many other words, Uttar Pradesh ke log bhaga denge and things like that. I think he could have
from that. So election. Certainly what Mr. Rudy is trying to tell you is that perhaps the abuse, the rhetoric, which was quite insulting of the Prime Minister, actually consolidates the vote and the voter behind the Prime Minister. We've seen it earlier too, when the Congress President has launched tirades against Mr. Modi, he's come up trumps. When Rahul Gandhi has done it in different contexts, he's come up trumps. That's what Mr. Rudy is certainly trying to tell you here. Come up with a new narrative.
Rajivji, I don't want to go into personal speeches that both the leaders have made, but I definitely want to say, hello, yes?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes?
मैं एक राजीव जी से एक बात कहना चाह रहा था. राजपीन सिंह, राजीव जी, आरपीएन सिंह, जस्ट 1 मिनट. राजीव जी से मैं एक बात कहना चाह रहा था. मैं आलोक मेहता बोल रहा हूँ. राजीव जी,
सर
हाँ, मैं जानना चाह रहा था कि पूरे इस कैंपेन में मोदी जी ने या पार्टी के नेताओं ने कहा कि हमें यदि वोट मिलेगा तो हम आपको देंगे, आपके लिए ये तरक्की होगी. नाउ बिकॉज पंजाब ने नहीं दिया या गोवा ने नहीं दिया, ये आप एश्योरेंस, बिकॉज आप तो स्किल डेवलपमेंट के भी मिनिस्टर हैं, क्या लोगों को जहां पर नॉन बीजेपी सरकारें हैं उनके प्रति जो आपने चुनाव में कैंपेन किया कि नहीं उनको नहीं मिलेगा, जहां हम जीतेंगे वहीं मिलेगा, सो क्या ऐसी स्थिति होगी? और जैसा आपने कहा बिहार में भी जरूरत होगी, आपको प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्शन के लिए जरूरत होगी, दूसरे सारे ऐसे बिल्स लाने के लिए राज्यसभा में भी जरूरत होगी, बिकॉज यू आर ए सीजन्ड पॉलिटिशियंस. So how you feel that, how you coordinate, because such a bitterness in this election, both parties, Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh also spoke some badly, and same thing with the BJP also. So how you are going to coordinate on such situation, and especially for development, because other people will always say कि साहब Prime Minister ने कहा था तभी मिलेगा जब तुम हमें वोट दोगे.
With every victory we are humbled, and I think this is the slogan, this is the underlying principle in the Bharatiya Janata Party, and this momentous occasions which comes to us, जिस प्रकार की जीतें हो रही हैं, जिस प्रकार से ख्याति मिल रही है, जिस प्रकार से प्रधानमंत्री जी की वो अस्तित्व अभी भी बरकरार है, लोगों का आकर्षण है, लोगों की उनके प्रति मान्यता है, ये सब हमारे लिए एक, इसको अंग्रेजी में इसको कहते हैं, it humbles us, and we have to carry on. After all, this country belongs to everyone, every political party. हो सकता है कभी जीत हार लगी रहती है, लेकिन आज हमारे ऊपर सबसे बड़ा दायित्व है, और उसका एक सबसे बड़ा परिचायक था when the Prime Minister congratulated the Chief Minister, the incumbent Chief Minister, or Mr. Amarinder Singh for that matter. It does indicate that वो बड़े दिल के व्यक्ति, बड़ा अभियान है, और ये चीजें ठीक है, चुनाव में कुछ विषयों को और तथ्यों को रखने के लिए अभियान चलाया जाता है, लेकिन दिल बड़ा है, मन बड़ा है.
But it's an important point. It's an important question, Mr. Rudy, going ahead, and I want to bring in Neerja Chaudhary and you, Mr. Siddiqui, on it. But first, Neerja Chaudhary, the Bharatiya Janata Party is now emerging as the party to beat. Obviously, you're going to have political parties in different states that are going to become nervous of it. Do you think it's become more incumbent now of the Bharatiya Janata Party to carry them along?
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I would also say at the ground
The reason
level,
I've asked you this question
as you travelled, whether it was
is because it might lead to a consolidation of political alliances and parties.
Several people mentioned this fear.
Yes.
That it's better that the BJP comes to power at the state. At least there won't be the jhanjat with the centre. The centre will pass on the goodies to the state. So there was this element. Several conversations reflected that. It's very nice. I've seen a very assertive side of Mr. Rudy taking on his opponent. It's very nice to see this humble side of Mr. Rudy.
Okay, but will this lead to perhaps a consolidation in the opposition ranks, Mr. Siddiqui?
No.
Going forward, do you think the Mamata Banerjees, the Nitish Kumars, the others are going to get nervous and say we really need to come together?
Opposition unity needs a fulcrum, and that we don't see emerging. Rahul Gandhi doesn't seem to be that. The point I wanted to make to Mr. Rudy was...
Nitish Kumar is there.
No, Nitish Kumar is not outside Bihar, and Nitish Kumar himself is not very sure where he
That's a very important point. Let me ask RPN Singh. One of the questions, and let me ask him, sir, because it's an important point you made. RPN Singh, if you can hear me, one of the things Rahul Gandhi sees himself is as a worthy opponent to the Prime Minister. Now, his aspirations will suffer a huge setback after Uttar Pradesh. That you cannot deny. Is he now just one of the leaders? Not a first among equals?
No, I answered that question, Rahul, right in the beginning. If we see 5 states going to the polls this time, and I congratulated the BJP about Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh, but the other 3 states, the Congress has done well. In fact, we've done extremely well in Punjab, contrary to what all the media was saying. So we are definitely the prime opposition.
But heft matters.
But Mr.
Perceptions matter.
You must come to the point. Don't go around. Don't make rounds. What Siddiqui asked you, you answer that. Is Rahul Gandhi capable of leading nation 2019?
Beg your pardon? Well, sir, if the Congress party didn't think so, he would not be the vice president of the Congress party, sir. Why are you getting so agitated, sir? I am answering your question. You don't need to get agitated at all.
But you don't come to the point.
You might have
going
feelings
around
about Rahul Gandhi which bring out the anger in you. I am coming to the point. I am not going round and round, sir. I have already answered the question. I am saying that we will be leading the campaign, and Rahul Gandhi is the vice president of the Congress party, and these 5 states were fought under his leadership. We won some, we lost some badly. We agree to that, and
Mr. RPN Singh,
we have lost Uttar Pradesh badly for the last 27 years,
do you see the warning signals?
Navika,
Mr.
we have lost Uttar Pradesh badly for the last 27 years.
Do you see the warnings? Okay, do you see the warning signals when your regional leaders like Rita Bahuguna Joshi come out of the party and the party that she joins actually wins and your party loses? Do you get the warning signals when Himanta Biswa Sarma says what he says about Rahul Gandhi, comes out of your party, and then the party that he joins win in Assam? Also, SM Krishna now walks out of the Congress party. Somebody at his age, somebody who's always been a congressman, walks out of the Congress party, wants to join the BJP. Doesn't that tell you something about your leadership? Aren't these warning signals that the BJP is looking at, the Congress is looking at?
Well, Navika, there are a lot of people from other political parties who are joining the Congress party. In election
apart
time,
from Sidhu,
we have a lot of people crossing over.
Apart from
it
Sidhu,
is not something that is happening for the first time.
Apart from Sidhu, and Sidhu also went and bargained with the Aam Aadmi Party.
Well, in Rajasthan, well, that's your meaning. When somebody joins the Congress party, he's a bargainer. Somebody else, Rita Bahuguna Joshi, joins things, she is a great leader, right? I just can't get that. How do you think that she's a great regional satrap?
SM Krishna,
I don't want to go into
your foreign
people's
minister.
things.
He's been your foreign minister.
Yes, there have been, but we've had bigger people leaving the Congress party. We've had bigger people leaving the Congress party, Navika. In election time, people leave and people join. It's not something that's happening for the first time. You can't write an epitaph on 3 or 4 people leaving the Congress party, can you?
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. RPN Singh. Thank you very much. You've been a great sport. It's not an easy job when your party has suffered quite a monumental blow in the state where you belong, but you've done a fantastic job putting up a defense. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Rudy, thank you also for sparing your precious time.
Thank you,
Congratulations.